Let us consider the mechanisms ASE1 and BAC1. So here the A stands for acid catalyzed ester hydrolysis, AC stands for acyl oxygen cleavage during hydrolysis, 1 stands for unimolecular reaction, that is in the rate determining step only one molecule or species is actually involved, and B stands for basic hydrolysis. So if we first consider the ASE1 mechanism, then we have to consider the famous example of methyl mesitoate hydrolysis. So the methyl mesitoate is this compound, which is basically the methyl ester of mesitoic acid. Its name is methyl mesitoate. So when this compound or this ester subjected towards base catalyzed hydrolysis, which is operating in BAC2 mechanism, then no hydrolyzed product was obtained. Also, when it was subjected towards acid catalyzed hydrolysis, which is operating under AAC2 mechanism, then also no product was obtained. The products were obviously the mesitoic acid and the methanol. However, when this ester was dissolved in cold concentrated sulfuric acid and then it was poured into ice cold water, then the corresponding mesitoic acid and the methanol was obtained. That is, the ester hydrolysis was successful in these conditions. Interestingly, when mesitoic acid is dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid also and then poured into cold methanol, then scientists have obtained the corresponding methyl mesitoate. So now they are very confused about the mechanism of this reaction, since it is not undergoing the hydrolysis under the normal BAC2 or AAC2 mechanisms, which are very common mechanisms for ester hydrolysis. For determination of the mechanism, they have actually performed some experiments. They took the mesitoic acid and they have dissolved this mesitoic acid into ice cold concentrated sulfuric acid, and they have actually measured the Van 't Hoff factor for the resulting mixture, and they have found that the Van 't Hoff factor for this particular mixture is 4, which is actually observed by noticing the depression in freezing point. So Van 't Hoff factor 4 means there will be a 4-fold depression in the freezing point of this mixture. And also they have performed the same experiment on benzoic acid. However, in this case, the Van 't Hoff factor was found to be only 2. The Van 't Hoff factor is basically suggesting us the number of ions or charged species forming in the reaction mixture. So in case of mesitoic acid, the Van 't Hoff factor 4 is actually suggesting 4 charged species are generating in the reaction mixture, and in case of benzoic acid, the number of charged species are 2. And the Van 't Hoff factors are basically measured by the depression of the freezing point of the resulting mixture. In case of mesitoic acid, the 4-fold depression of freezing point will be observed when the mesitoic acid will be dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid, and in case of benzoic acid, under the same condition, the 2-fold depression in freezing point will be observed, and a number of ionic species or charged species are responsible for this depression. So the only way to explain the formation of 2 charged species in case of benzoic acid will be due to the reaction between one molecule of H2SO4 and the benzoic acid, and thereby resulting in a formation of 2 charged species. One is the carbocation after the protonation of this carbon oxygen double bond, and the other charged species will be the HSO4- anion. But in case of mesitoic acid, we got the Van't Hoff factor 4. And for that, only possible explanation is the reaction between 2 molecules of H2SO4 with 1 molecule of mesitoic acid, and thereby forming 1 carbocation, which is basically a acylinium ion, 1 protonated water molecule, and 2 HSO4 minus anions. So these are the only possible charged species or ionic species which can form in the reaction medium when mesitoic acid will be taken in concentrated sulfuric acid. So from these, scientists have actually concluded the reaction mechanism in case of ASE1. So now let us consider the mechanism of this particular reaction. So first, what will happen, this methyl mesitoate will undergo a protonation. So here the acylinium cation can only form if the sp3 hybridized oxygen atom is protonated. So after the protonation, this particular intermediate will be generated in the reaction medium, and then this sp2 hybridized oxygen atom will assist the elimination of this methanol molecule from the system. And this will eventually form the acylinium ion, right, and 1 molecule of methanol. So here you can see that this particular step is actually the slowest step, since it is actually forming a carbocation, and that's why it is the rate determining step. Okay. In the next step, the water molecule, which is the only nucleophile present in the reaction medium other than the methanol, will attack this acylinium center, and thereby it will form the protonated mesitoic acid. And then it will undergo a proton elimination, and eventually it will form the neutral mesitoic acid. So this is the overall mechanism of ASE1. So this step is basically the SN1 step, since it is actually involving the formation of a carbocation, which is the acylinium ion in this case. And then the water molecule is behaving as a nucleophile and attacking this acylinium center. So these two are the hydrolyzed products, mesitoic acid and methanol. And this is our rate determining step. So why this mechanism is actually operating? If we consider the normal tetrahedral mechanism of methyl ester of mesitoic acid, then what will happen, after protonation of this sp2 hybridized oxygen center and after formation of this charged positively charged ester molecule, then the nucleophilic attack will take place by the water molecule at this particular carbonyl center, which will result in the formation of a tetrahedral intermediate. And now we have to check the energetics of this tetrahedral intermediate, whether it is stable or not. So as you can see, the ortho positions containing 2 methyl groups, which will eventually generate a steric repulsion between this OH and methyl and this OMe and this methyl. So severe steric repulsion will be there, and due to this reason it will never undergo any nucleophilic attack after the protonation of this methyl mesitoate. and this type of tetrahedral intermediate will never form, and it is actually not forming in practical case. However, if you are not considering the nucleophilic attack, if you are considering the formation of the carbocation, then this will be our corresponding carbocation, and it is basically in conjugation with this form, right? So now this steric repulsion will force these OH and OMe groups to go out of plane. So how it will look like? It will look like this. So this OH and OMe will basically be perpendicular to this molecular plane. And this will be the p orbital, which will be at a right angle with the p orbitals of benzene ring, and thus you can easily see that there will be no resonance stabilization of this carbocationic center by the phenyl ring or benzene ring, and due to that reason it will be very unstable. Also, you have to consider the hybridization state of this particular carbon atom, which is directly attached with this carbocationic center, and the hybridization state is obviously sp2. So it is also highly unfavorable situation, and due to that reason this type of carbocations generally not formed. So in terms of carbocation stability, also in terms of steric factor, you can now understand why this AAC1 mechanism is actually undergoing. So here what is happening, instead of forming this type of unstable carbocation, it is forming a highly stable acylinium cation, which is then undergoing a very facile nucleophilic attack by this water molecule. Okay, so this is the mechanistic aspect of AAC1 reaction. Now let us consider one abnormal case. If you choose this particular ester molecule where 2, 4 and 6 position is now occupied by 3 phenyl rings, and if you treat it with the same condition as in case of methyl macetoate, that is, first you are dissolving it into cold concentrated sulfuric acid, and then you are pouring it into the ice cold water. So what will happen? The actual product of this reaction is formed in the first step, and the product was found to be this compound. So how we can explain the formation of this particular product? So as you know, the first step will be the protonation of this sp3 hybridized oxygen atom, and then the acylinium cation will form. So this is our acylinium cation. Here are 2 phenyl groups. And now instead of undergoing a nucleophilic attack by the water molecule to produce the corresponding acid, this phenyl ring will actually attack this acylinium carbon center, and thereby it will produce this particular intermediate. So here will be the positive charge, and these 2 double bonds will be there, and here will be 1 proton, which will then undergo a re-aromatization step, and thereby it will lose 1 proton, and it will ultimately form this particular compound. Okay, so this is the mechanism of formation of this compound. So this example actually appears in several exams, so be careful about that. Now let us consider the BAC1 mechanism. So BAC1 mechanism is a theoretical possibility which actually never observed practically. So here what will happen, if you consider ester molecule of this formula, then according to BAC1, what will happen, in the first step there will be the formation of this acylinium cation along with the formation of this alkoxide ion. So the acylinium cation will be formed by the mechanism like this, and in the next step one molecule of OH minus will attack this acylinium carbon center, and it will result in the formation of the corresponding carboxylic acid. Now this alkoxide will abstract the acidic hydrogen from this particular carboxylic acid, and it will produce the corresponding carboxylate along with the alcohol molecule. So as you can see, this step will be slowest step, and also it will be the rate determining step. But you can see that the probability of undergoing this kind of step is highly unlikely, since these ester molecules cannot undergo dissociation like this without the presence of any kind of activators like H+ or other Lewis acids. And that's why in reality this kind of mechanism never observed. And another thing, this step will not be reversible, it will be irreversible. Okay, only the first step will be reversible, and obviously the first step will go through SN1 mechanism as you have observed in case of AAC1 reaction mechanism. So this is it. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.